Hello and welcome to another edition of the One Team We Agree On. I'm Jillian.
And I'm Kyle. How are you doing today?
I got a lot of sun yesterday, being outside all day, but I'm pretty good. Yeah, I mean, yikes, but a little crispy, a little bit. But I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fine.
And as a Flyers fan, I'm doing great. This is not a hockey podcast, but let me start out with saying, how about those Flyers?
I
It was
mean,
awesome. Nothing like beating the Penguins. And
how about them 76ers?
we're not going to talk about them, but I do have my Sixers cut for my one Sixers game I've been to, which was on my birthday this year. The Sixers are honestly, I don't think they're making it past this round,
And same with Timberwolves. I don't think so either. But
but hey, the Flyers have been exciting. They've got all the Philly mojo right now. The Phillies are kind of butt right now, and I'm not expecting anything out of the Sixers, but
hey, NFL drafts this week.
yeah, yeah, it is. Howie Roseman going to work some of his usual magic, I'm sure, and your Dolphins are going to continue to disappoint you.
Probably. Anyway,
But this is a soccer podcast, so let's
yeah.
get down to it.
But we did have a busy week.
Yes, we did.
And on Saturday we went down to Philadelphia, and well, Chester and Subaru Park, and yeah, we checked out all the Academy games. There was also the Philadelphia, I guess, all the
The
regional.
Philly soccer sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the college. Yeah.
yeah, and so that was cool. We got to hang out there, watch some of those matches as well.
Yeah.
It was a fun time, and then we went to the first team match, and yeah, I mean. We'll talk about it. It was a disappointing draw, and you can say it's a disappointing draw, and you can say
It's a lost draw.
Exactly. I mean, you're
Because
going,
there's, like win kind of draws, which if you're DC, that's a win draw for you.
oh, 100%. But also, we're going to talk about the Union 2's loss in Toronto
Yep.
against Toronto FC2.
Yep.
And then we're going to recap our day in Chester,
Yeah, full day.
covering the U18s, U16s, and the U15s.
Yeah.
So before we get started, what we're wearing today?
I am wearing my Stadium Series um Flyers jersey. It's Oscar Lindblom. I got this in like 2020. That was the last time the Flyers were in the playoffs. And because of COVID, the playoffs got pushed back so much that Oscar Lindblom was able to come back from battling his cancer
Yeah.
that he had. And so that was really cool. And actually I got this before even that, but I just really liked Oscar Lindblom. And anyway, it's a favorite jersey of mine. Go Flyers though. And yes, I'm really still jazzed up about beating the Penguins. We were listening to the game on the way home we were following it at the game, at the Union game, and then watching it at Union Yards afterward, and then listening to it on the way home. And yeah, still riding that high a little bit. How about you, Kyle? What are you wearing?
Well, somebody yesterday when I was walking in the stadium said, "Hey Kyle, why are you always wearing YMCA and like just shirts?" And I'm like, "Well, I literally get home from work and then we record."
And yet, so do I.
But
And I go change my shirt.
yeah,
You
I'm
have no
still
excuse.
I do. Um
No.
anyway, today I am wearing Vermont Green FC.
Mhm.
Hey, USL's back in action. If you guys haven't followed USL, please do. I know we cover MLS.
Mhm.
We're not getting into USL. But
We kind of casually follow USL a bit, especially like Brooklyn FC, with Marlon LeBlanc up there and Marcus Anderson, CJ
Las
Olney.
Vegas Lights.
And Las Vegas Lights, we've been to a few of their games. So
But
Pittsburgh
yeah,
Riverhounds, shout out Mike Sheridan.
yeah, I mean, so we're in the weeds a little bit with USL, USL 1, USL 2. I just wanted to wear this today because it's a soccer podcast. Why not?
Yeah.
But anyway, where can people find us?
You can find us wherever you get your podcasts. Also, we have our YouTube channel. You can also find us on our website, theoneteamweagreeon.com. Check it out for all the latest articles. And we've been writing a lot. Also, we are on social media in various places. We are on Twitter and on Blue Sky at TOTWAG. We're on Instagram and Facebook at the One Team We Agree On. You can find me at silly double underscore Jilly. I'm never changing my childish college handle on there. But I'm on Twitter and on Instagram at that. And I'm also on Blue Sky at Jillian Albany. And you, Kyle, are at Coach Albany on all those places.
Yeah, so thank you everybody that follow our articles this week. It's been great. Um, we're gonna start with the first team. So the Union now have 4 points,
Hmm.
unbeaten in 2 matches.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is the Union now undefeated Subaru Park in 13 matches against DC United.
So
And
there's something.
yeah, there's something there. Also something first clean sheet of the year for Andre
They
Blake.
they didn't
And
lose. They didn't concede first. Hey, for looking at small
and it's
pictures.
also his 90th career, which is
Yes,
when you look at his career trajectory, that's pretty remarkable.
it is. It is.
I know he had no shots on target, did pretty much
Zero.
nothing on the night other than, manage the back line.
Yeah.
But I still struggle to find it just was not a match. This was like a article that was so hard to write because DC did nothing. And Carnell said they came in, they knew what they needed to do, and
Hmm.
okay, that's fair. But what else is fair is the Union had 17 shots on target, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
Well, 17 shots on target.
17 shots
Oh,
and four on target.
yes. If they had 17 shots and um on target and no goals, we have another conversation.
But yeah,
But
but really to summarize this, DC are not good. They really were not good. But unfortunately, the Union didn't pounce on that. They did not take advantage of that, and that's
but
what we're going to dive into.
yeah, we are. And so I want to talk share Carnell's clip about the clean sheet because they did get their first clean sheet. Um
Yep.
and you can say maybe that's a small or like a little tiny feather in the cap of this match. They get a clean sheet.
Yeah, and like as someone who I'm a teacher and a coach, you're a coach, we look we tend to look at even in a bad performance or, less than ideal performance, looking at some positives. Okay, there's some, but there's
But
lots to be critical about too.
but keep it in a buck 50. You can't be positive about this match.
No,
But
no.
as much as Cornell wants to spin it, I mean, we'll dive into it right now.
Hmm.
Let's listen to this clip.
I think it's big, but I think if you look at the control we had at getting the zero, getting the clean sheet, I think that's more impressive. I think we embraced the clean sheet, and if we just held on, by the skin of our teeth, then the feeling would be different. But yeah, the guys are confident. They're feeling that they're in a way better spot, and to get the clean sheet, the way the game unfolded, and the way they controlled the spaces defensively, a clean sheet was a logical solution and the outcome. And that puts us in great positions then to keep the spaces tight, keep the game in their end, and the field tilt controlling and down deep away from our goal. So, just unfortunate we couldn't score.
And I get where he's going with it
Hmm.
because I mean, yeah, 61-39 percentage of possession on the match. Again, I mean, Union had their opportunities to score.
Yeah, and not used to seeing such a high percentage of possession with the Union, that's for sure.
And usually when it is, it's
Usually,
like
it's like they're losing or
they're
something.
they're losing. So there is a little bit of you take the Montreal match, you take some moments here and there through the first 8 matches, and okay. And can you say this is the most complete game the Union have played?
I mean, I thought aside from the lack of scoring, they did a lot well in controlling that match. And but yeah, just they
When you're at home.
yeah,
Now,
it's got to be better.
if the Union had gone out and taken care of business
Yeah.
early on, this is a different conversation. But
Right.
it's a 0-0 draw. We'll move on to Toronto and see how it goes.
But this was a prime opportunity for them to go get 3 points.
We talked to some people prior to the match, and you know. the people in the media that we talk to, and it's like they gotta get 3 points tonight,
Hmm.
or I don't know what this season entails. And again,
Hmm.
we've said all along it will take time. Did we envision 8 matches? No,
Hmm.
no. E- Anytime you get 0 goals, um, score against you is good. That's fine.
Yeah.
Um, where I struggle with is, I mean, yeah, Bradley said when Ty Brubo's in the lineup, it's, which he's giving credit to his former player. I get it. But yeah,
Ty
it,
really wasn't good.
yeah, no, all he did was
Get a yellow
yell
card.
and yell at Jovan the whole time. Um, was pressing. I mean,
And then Sean Johnson, like, of course, is gonna go put out his A game there, and it's like, go
which,
figure. I mean,
I mean, we see that with
but
Andre. We see that
yeah.
with Andre. I mean, Sean Johnson has been, and I was telling somebody in media dining prior to the match, Sean Johnson's been on some bad teams. Toronto,
Hmm.
and he stymied the Union. Now, Mikel.
Mikel put a hat trick on him, which we'll never forget that game in the rain and
Yeah,
his awesome Parley
but he's
jerseys.
been on some bad Chicago Fire teams. So hey, he's a veteran goalkeeper.
I mean, he was on the national
I mean,
team
we saw
for a
that with
reason, but
Brad Guzan in 2024
yeah.
against. Yeah, I mean, veteran goalkeepers are going to do that. Having said that, again, I don't know, and I'm not trying to sound negative here right now, like some radio stations probably would sound after a bad loss. But
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
I feel like this tends to happen a lot. Like a goalkeeper will be playing poorly and have these poor performances, but then they face the Union and they're just like incredible. Like Matt Freese, for instance,
Mhm.
has done that more recently, and it's just like, oh, come on, right? That's like, of course, that's so Union, right?
All
That
right.
sort of thing. I mean, credit to Sean Johnson. He made some really nice saves. The Union had at least, I mean, they had the 4 shots on target, couldn't get it in. There were some times we're watching that and it's like, how'd that ball not go in? Or how they not score there? But also, it comes down to there were some just poor actions when they were getting into the box there. So,
I mean, there was that one moment with Jesus Bueno who,
yeah, Jesus Bueno
uh,
has been fantastic. I think he's really earned that playing time he's gotten. So,
yeah, I mean, so to finish my point,
yeah,
Jesus has a great shot. It hits the post, bounces out,
right.
whatever. Olaski gets that shot at top of the 18.
Hmm.
Johnson bails him out. There was a scramble at the end of the first half, Fury,
Yeah.
where, you know, as Carnell said in post game, didn't cross the line. I mean,
Mm-mm.
2024, those actions did not happen.
Hmm.
2025, those actions happened, and this is quoting Cornell when he talks about actions.
Yeah.
The ball goes in the net. You just are allowing themselves not to get the breaks because, hey,
Yeah.
it's still a team in progress, and I get that.
Hmm.
But you can now have 4 points through 8 matches in the league.
Hmm.
Sure, the clean
Which is not
sheet,
good enough.
it's just not. And again, this isn't going to be a negative podcast, but I mean, we're just going to be real. I mean, let's talk about, but let's talk about Bueno for a second because
Yeah.
I thought he was excellent on the night.
Yes.
Did a great job forcing a couple turnovers
Hmm.
and getting into dangerous areas and creating some chances that, Bradley says he always is there. He's always ready, has a great attitude.
Yeah.
And, Ty and I were down, hanging out on Friday and just chatting, and maybe Jesus needs to get a little bit more action. Is he better than Danley right now? No, but but Danley has some flexibility in that line. So does Jesus.
Hmm.
I would like to see him get a little bit more action
Yeah.
in the starting 11 moving forward because if you're going to try to get out of slump, you got to kind of take some bold moves.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta be bold. And there's definitely some things I'd like to see, but
We'll talk about
yeah,
that.
we'll talk about that. And there were some positive, like Milana Lasky, I thought it's okay. That one play he really hustled back
Hmm.
and made that really good play. That was that was late in the game, when he got
Hmm.
the ball there, defended. Like that was really good, but um yeah, they've just I don't know, something's gotta get shaken up or something. But one bright spot has been Jesus Bueno seizing his opportunities.
I think there's been a couple spots. I mean,
I think
Frankie,
Frankie Westfield has been very
I, I,
consistently strong in there.
I think Olofsky has
Yeah.
proven,
Mhm.
and I'm still going to defend Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno is like the new Ua here with getting a lot of hate from fans saying he doesn't do anything or blah blah blah. He's very physical in there. He
He does a lot
does a lot.
defensively.
Now, of course, you can say, well, we want the strikers to not be the defense. We want them to be scoring goals. Fair.
Mhm.
Fair.
It's a fair point.
Yes.
I also think Harriel has been good.
Hmm.
I like that back line now.
Yeah.
I thought McIntyre and Siri Larson
Yeah.
are
They're really starting to gel.
they're starting to gel. Which Gainer Martinez, I mean, give him time. I mean,
Hmm.
he's a project.
Yeah.
But hey, look, and Yvonne, you can flex him out with Danley. You can flex him out with Bueno now. So there are some good things there, but at the same time, I still keep going back to this is a hard. My article is so hard to write because like there are some good things here, but you just can't. You gotta put the ball in the net. You gotta get those 3 points.
Yeah, absolutely. And as much as I am, the teacher that I am and the coach, even I do tell my students, I tell my swimmers, I'm not like blowing fluff at you here. I'm like, if something needs, especially with my swimmers, like I do not sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna say like, oh, you suck, that performance sucked, or anything like that. But I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm not gonna tell you it was wonderful when it wasn't.
And that's
I
different.
just have a very,
And for people who know our coaching styles, that's the difference between her and I.
I just know how to word it so it doesn't sound so mean.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so the other clip I want to share.
I mean,
I mean,
yeah,
I just go
you
back.
know how I am.
Well, I know, but I go back to
Do you
conversation.
think I'm gonna tell like an 8-year-old that their swim sucked?
I go back to
No.
conversation I had with the swimmer at Nationals, where I pretty much just told him how it was, and
Hmm.
it was not a good swim.
Yeah.
And I was supportive of him, but I was very honest and
Hmm.
very, right to the point.
Yeah.
And he came back and had, won Nationals. So anyway,
Reminded me of when I swam that 50 breaststroke in a meet as a master's swimmer, and I got out and like, well, that was slow. That kind of sucked. And you're like, yeah, it was. I'm like, okay,
all
fair.
right, fair. Um, Anyway, let's
Yeah.
talk about forwards because Carnell had another statement. And look, Alado and Damiani, I know our friends in our circle.
Hmm.
We could say they don't pair well together, and that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still have yet to score in MLS play, and at this point, it's concerning. It is.
Yeah.
But here's what Bradley had to say about this.
I think it's big, but I
Oh,
think
sorry,
if you look at the
sorry.
control, we had excellent movement. I thought we had 2v1s on the sides. I thought we created chaos in the box. We created second phases. We controlled the second phases. If one goes over the net, no, one goes over the line, then I think the game unfolds in a different way. They were hanging on for their dear lives, and they managed to get out of here with a point. But we're in a process right now. It's a work in process. And in progress. And I think we saw many positives tonight, and the clean sheet amongst them, and the desire to keep the clean sheet. And I thought what we limited them to was exceptional on the night. We know it's not perfect, and we know we're training in the right way.
I'm gonna take this one because this is a clip. I just kind of looked at him. I'm like, ugh. Um, I
Yeah.
get where he's going with that. Yes,
Yeah.
defensively they were fine. They were
Yeah.
fine.
I'm not worried about the defense there. No.
But there were several plays, and
There
let's
were
get.
times where they're passing the ball and it was going to nobody. They're sending the ball and it's going to nobody. Like just some of the accuracy, I think, in some cases.
Are you worried about Ezekiel Elado?
I
I'm gonna take the balance point of. Are we gonna do the Gazdag theorem where the first year is bad? Because
I feel like he still needs time. Like you saw better from him against Montreal,
yeah,
and I do think that he could be taking some time. I,
his whole up play is good, but so is
yeah.
Bruno's, and it's like you got two similar
Yeah, I
players.
think maybe you don't pair them up. Hot take, throw Malik in there. I mean, why not?
I'd rather have Volosky.
Yeah, I honestly, yeah.
Rather have Volosky there,
Kowalski up there, and then maybe have Cavan.
have Cavan there, and
Yeah,
then you bring on maybe a Malik.
yeah.
And then by that point, you could slide up a lot or slide back Olowski
Hmm.
into that number 10 position. And then, that I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying Aldo is awful. He needs to get run out of town. That's not what I'm
No,
saying.
I'm still willing to give him a chance here. I think that he still needs some time to get integrated. Yeah, I mean, you brought up Daniel Gazdag. Yeah, he did need some time there. But
And he now needs some time apparently again in Columbus.
yeah, not getting much playing time there in Columbus.
And a header last week where he totally missed it.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
and let's talk about missed opportunities. I mean, Aldo whiffs
Yep.
on a perfect volley sent to him
Yep.
right there and just whiffs on it.
You know what it made me think of?
What?
Neil Pierre. Shout out Neil Pierre. I mean, I know he's playing in, maybe not as good of a league, but hey, he scored on a header for Lingby yesterday. So congrats to Neil. He's doing well. It seems this loan is working out very well for him, which you love to see.
For sure. Yeah, friend of the podcast, Pierre, who was on here,
Hmm.
spoke to us many times.
Yes.
Always been great. But yeah, getting back to Aldo, I do get it with Ezekiel. Um, Again, I go back to the Union have an open international slot and an open DP. We'll see what they do in the summer.
Hmm.
Now, still, there's still maybe things to be worked out in front office standpoint, but we'll see what happens there.
Bring back Julian Carranza.
I mean, at this point,
The fan base would rejoice, I think. No, but
yeah.
well, he's gonna be back one way or another because they play his team in Leagues Cup. Anyway,
Yeah. So, outside Sean Johnson,
DC weren't really good. So yeah,
I mean, zero shots on target. You
what can
can't
you
do
say?
anything there. I I still think, I want to talk about Kevin Sullivan and
Yeah.
Jesus Bueno moving forward. I do like Jesus right now. He seems to be in a good form. We've seen this
Mhm.
before. We'll have
Yeah.
3 or 4 matches and then have a clunker and then gets relegated back to the bench. However, what are your thoughts on Kevin?
I honestly would love to see Cavan make the start. And again, I've always been pretty pragmatic about Cavan. I'm not like some of those, we'll just say some of those accounts out there that are faceless on social media, like, oh, yeah, Cavan. I know. Like, listen.
Why even bring that up? But it's fair.
But in all seriousness, I think that he has earned a shot there. And when he's come on in the matches, he's provided a spark. He comes on and actually makes a difference there. I would almost rather see Indy come on and, you know, do what he does later in the game against tired legs where he's, maybe going to be more effective. But I think Cavan does a good job in chance creation. He has some really good crosses. He does a good job with the corners.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
Crosses. When did Kevin have a good cross last night? Because he sent a
Last night
couple.
wasn't his best.
No, I mean, he literally shot a ball from the far corner
Yeah.
out of bounds.
Yes.
That was poor.
Yes. This was not the best example of that.
But again, I mean, he did have one ball that he threw in the box, and if somebody was on the back end of the far post, it's in the
Hmm.
goal. He has his flashes, I get it, but do you want to see Kevin over Indy right now?
Yes.
I mean, I had this conversation with somebody else, of a friend out
Yes.
Lewis
Point
on
blank.
Friday. I mean, I'm fine with that. If this is where we're going with this season, yeah, give the kid the opportunity. I know Bradley loves Indy so much.
Yeah. And listen, Indy brings a lot of good stuff. I just think
If you have
maybe
20
swap it.
minutes, if you have 20 minutes and you're up 2-1, bring him in. If you're up and or even if you're level in the final 20 minutes, bring him up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Indy brings the energy, which I
Hmm.
know Carnell loves.
Yeah.
And he does have plays here and there and he hustles and you
Yes.
you, you appreciate that. But at the
Absolutely.
same time, he takes 2 steps forward, takes 2 steps back, and then passes the ball in the back. And it's like, okay, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
He kills the attack. And he
Yeah.
did it last night again.
Yeah, so like I'd like to see Kevin get that chance. And again, I think he's one that he given the chance, I think he's going to adapt more and more to that level. So,
Yeah. Um, again, it was the probably most complete performance
yeah.
of the season, but you only get a draw. Now, again, Sean Johnson as tonight will tip
Hmm.
the cap and say, move on.
Yeah.
But where did the Union go from here? Because the schedule does not get any better. And I want to share that right now. So I'm going to go to that right
Yeah, I mean, they're
here.
going on the road for a few games.
So let's talk about this. So here's our prediction model. Uh, now they're at Toronto,
Hmm.
and we'll talk about that match. We'll talk about these weekend matches. You got 2 games on the road. Then you face,
Nashville
oh,
at home.
and then you face a team with Marco in New England that's red hot right now, climbing up tables. Then you
Hmm.
face Orlando, it's still trying to figure out. You get Columbus at home, okay.
Hmm.
And then you close out the first leg before the World Cup break at Inter Miami, which, look, Inter Miami is so hot and cold.
They really are. Like,
However, new coach bump. We'll see
they
what,
saw that with Montreal. They did.
yeah. And again, I think Michael Bradley's a good coach, but I think he's more suited for a second team USL. I don't know. I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah.
Red Bull fans will start hopping in our podcasts.
Yeah. Would we be satisfied with draws on the road against Toronto and Columbus.
No.
At this point, with the way they've been, I mean, with how they've been in Columbus, where they've lost the last few times.
They have not. So again, we'll talk about that.
Mhm.
I got some stats coming up
Yeah.
here. It's a lot to digest. Having
Mhm.
said that, the one positive I'm going to take away from this is while Kevin has moments,
Mhm.
kick the ball out of bounds, you want to see better,
Yeah.
sure. You can question Carnell with the substitutes. I get where his mindset was with, hey, it was a match. And to be fair, if a ball doesn't hit the post,
Mhm.
if Sean Johnson has an off night, we're having a different podcast right now.
Razor thin margins.
I get it. It's hard.
Mhm.
As Jim Curry used to say, it's hard.
Yeah.
Um, but that's the reality
Yep.
situation where we are right now.
Yep.
Also, if the Union just can get something going offensively a little bit more,
Mhm.
I still think they'll be fine, but
Yeah.
they haven't shown that through eight
Mm.
matches.
No. So they need to turn around. It would be just, I don't know, like they need to finish this stretch of the season strong. They need to turn it around because they do have some components there. They really do.
Maybe they're building for the sprint season. And this is all a joke. And they win it all in the sprint season.
Mm. Well, hey, you know what? Maybe they should take a page out of the Flyers book and just, you know what? Have these kids step it up. Have a youth movement. My gosh. You know, Kevin Sullivan's like their Porter Martone. No. But also in all seriousness, like
Yeah.
I don't know, like if they need to change the formation a bit or play around with that a little bit. I don't know. Just
There's a lot that the staff needs to consider.
yeah. And listen, I am by no means an expert in this stuff, and I do not have the knowledge that Bradley and his staff do.
But you,
But as just an observer of this, I just maybe it's you just got to evaluate a little bit and maybe just tweak some things.
yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
we'll see.
yeah.
There's some things. I mean, I don't disagree about Bradley's being untruthful. At the same time, is this some PR fluff? Sure, but I do think that he believes in his system, and that's what's
Hmm.
and he's gonna live and die by that. But let's talk about yeah, Union 2 following trends.
Yes, Union
Let,
2.
yeah,
So
go ahead.
yeah, so Union 2, they had the less desirable Friday night game. I know that, Ryan Richter said he'd prefer obviously to play on Sunday rather than a Friday because, of course, the just all the moving parts of with the first team, and also he's got kids that are on the academy, and the academy teams are playing Saturday too. So it's a lot of moving parts. And so, for instance, Malak Jakubovic, he did not travel with Union 2 to Toronto,
Neither did
and
Stas.
and well, Stash didn't either, and he wasn't with the first team either, but um. And so I'm guessing maybe he had like a knock or something. But there, yeah, they didn't have that firepower there. And I mean, they had enough, they still had most of their squad intact, but they just couldn't get anything going offensively. And all it took, and we talked about razor thin margins, this game had 0-0 draw written all over it, except for one mistake, one fatal mistake in this, which was really unfortunate. So they lose 1-0 to Toronto on an own goal by Rafael Uzcategui. Now, Uzcategui, he has been fantastic at defense, but also he's still learning. He's still adapting. He's still a work in progress. And unfortunately, he knocks the ball into his own goal trying to defend it out. And it was honestly brutal. And you hate to see that because, hey, we really like what Rafa brings to this team. We see a lot of upside in
We
him.
do.
But that was a big time learning moment.
And I want to pick Ryan's brain on that this weekend because where the here's the moment where maybe he surpasses Gainer.
Hmm.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Not with the money the Union invested, but and then you make that move. It's like, oh, as good as you've been, that was a poor move. I mean, literally, I get where he's trying to do. He's trying to clear the ball
Yeah.
out, but you jump too late and just basically run into the ball. It happens.
I mean, we've seen Jacob Glessness,
I
who is
we
fantastic,
have,
and he's committed own goals that were like, oh God, but like these things happen.
but when you're trying to earn a spot, you gotta be crystal perfect, and you gotta be professional. And
Hmm.
now he had a fine match the rest of the
Other
night.
than that, yeah.
Yeah, other than that, if that didn't happen, it was 0-0 draw.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, the Union got a point on the road. They went to PKs. Maybe they won, maybe they
Yeah.
lost. But
Yeah.
that's what goes against Raphael right now
Hmm.
in trying to break through with that first team. And he's still got near Pierre on loan.
Yeah. Um, but let's talk about a positive.
Okay.
Let's talk about a positive. Pierce Holbrook. He made his first start with Union 2. And, he had that knee injury he sustained in warm up with the first team back in September because he was kind of an emergency call up there. And back when that happened, yeah, that was heartbreaking because as of course, people that really are involved with the union too, it's like, all right, so happy for him to get this opportunity. That's fantastic. And then he gets hurt in warm up, and that's just a bummer. And of course, knee injuries are so tricky, and so he worked really hard getting back to where he is, and he was on the bench in the last Union 2 game, and so he was in like the last couple actually, yeah. So to see him get that start, that was great. And of course, there was nothing he could do on that own goal. He actually wasn't that busy throughout the game.
All
Toronto
right.
really were not getting shots. Union 2 outshot them.
I thought defensively, Union 2 were really good. I went
Yeah,
back twice and watched the match. I thought they were fine.
they were.
Uh, and I thought offensively, you got young, very U18, which is that jump from U18 to MLS Next Pro.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna give him a pass there,
Mm-hmm.
but also it's like you take a 0-0 draw and walk out of Toronto. I was like, okay,
I
fine.
mean, it's been tough. I remember last year they won. That was where Oscar Benitez scored
Yeah.
the win.
Look, I mean, I know both teams, first, second team didn't score.
Mm-mm.
I know the style of play sometimes results. My only concern is if you don't have Malik
Mm-hmm.
this week against or Stas against Connecticut United,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll talk about that in a bit. I'm a little concerned. But let's talk about our day with the Academy.
Oh, I wasn't done talking about Union 2.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
No, I just to wrap things up on that. I did think that, you did have a lot of teenagers in the lineup there, which is, I thought they held their own.
Hmm.
And, it's young. So you had John Ruff and Nahan Hassan up top. So that was really the only change from the previous week. And I think John Ruff is very, very talented. Didn't I was really hoping to see more from him in this match,
Yeah.
unfortunately. I thought Nahan did a pretty good job. Actually, he was fouled where he was actually making a move there. He was fouled like right outside the box twice and set up dangerous free kicks. But solid job by him. I thought, Tyler Gladstone, he got the start again. I thought solid from him. And so and Mateus DePaula, we talked to Ryan Richter about him this week, and he had a lot of good things to say. You can see that clip on our social media. But, so there were some positives, but yeah, so they'll be on the road at Connecticut United next Sunday. So we'll see what they do there. But yeah,
All right.
let's talk about our time at the Academy Games on Saturday. So we spent the entire day down in Chester. really nice day too for some soccer. And we started with the U18s. And so the U18s, 16s, and 15s all played Red Bull Academy. And so the U18s, well, for all of them, it was their last home match of the season. And for the seniors on the U18s, of course, that was, special for them. Of course, a bunch of them. And so they got off to a good start. Timoni Kabalajobi, he's a U16 and he got bumped up for that match.
And a great ball.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
A great ball in net, and Mateo Gallegos played that
Oh, Mateo Gallegos had a great through ball in
feed.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he fed him well.
Yeah.
And my whole takeaway was Union 18,
Hmm.
they outplayed.
Yeah.
But difference was they kept getting called sides or just
Hmm.
having bad moments where they
Yeah.
couldn't finish. And Red Bulls capitalized.
Yeah, they scored two goals then so Red Bull won 2-1. So,
But it was good. I thought Alex Smith was well on the
oh
day.
yeah.
I thought Jet Harrison was well on the day.
Hmm.
There's a lot of good players
Yeah,
that are
like
out there that,
Sam Gallego played up for that match as well.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of good stuff. Andrew Craig, Lennon Harrington, Nicker, like all those guys, they really are a good squad there. It was just unfortunate. I know they were hoping to win that. I believe
And
that.
go to the Cup.
Yeah. So they have to go to the MLS Next Fest and try to secure a spot in MLS Next Cup, from what I understand.
But wait, yeah, I heard that too. But hey, I think if they go there, I think they'll be fine. I still
Yeah.
think they'll get a spot.
Yeah. And they were missing, of course, several of their guys that have been key for
Yeah,
them.
I mean, if this is like the U18, I mean the U2 were playing on Sunday,
Yeah.
and you had the first team, I think you might get a different result. And that's how the way MLS the pathway
Yep.
works.
So, yep, so we watched the U18s, then we had the U16s. And that match, the U16s put up a touchdown on Red Bull, basically.
But the first half was so
Well,
funny.
the funny thing is, okay, so literally like minutes into the match, Union get a PK awarded for a foul
Yeah.
in the box. So they go up 1-0 pretty quickly. And then so Liam Holtzman, he scores from the run of play. Um, he scores on the second goal, so they're up 2-0. And then Red Bulls commit you know, I think what I saw was their player took down one of
And,
the Union players in a really bad foul,
or is it called violent act?
violent conduct or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, the Red Bull player gets sent off. So Red Bull are playing down a man. But then they score two goals and tie it up down
And
a
he
man.
literally
You know,
looked at me and were like, well, you know what they say about two goal
Yep.
leads?
So, but then right away, the Union they score again, and then they really just they scored boom, boom, boom in the second half as well.
And Timoni came in.
Timoni came in that match late in the game too, so he played in the U18s and the
He played
16s.
90 minutes. So I think the
Yeah,
thing was like to skim 90 minutes
yeah,
probably was call-ups because of everything and they
yeah,
wanted to give him 90 minutes. I
right.
get that.
Yeah, and so
It's not uncommon in the
mhm.
academy.
Yeah, yeah. So thought the 16s were fun to watch there, and
Uh
Javier Linares that
yeah,
he had a
Javier was fun to
he
watch.
was, and he had a brace because he scored the PK and then he scored one later. There were some real nice goals there. So yeah,
And I thought Liam Holtzman.
yeah. Liam, shout out Liam Holtzman, who's from York, PA. Yes.
Yeah, I mean literally right in the next district for me,
Mhm.
like literally down the road from my house.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, that match was fun. The Red Bulls parents that were there were getting all
Oh,
heated.
the
Oh, they're talking about the home cooking, and oh man, that's a full pot of home cooking. And oh, they were salty
and
about.
then they
They
came
kept.
up for the U15s and they were doing the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. So.
It and you and I, so for everybody that is a soccer parent, you get it.
Yeah.
It was just funny. We're like swim parents, soccer parents, like
Handshake emoji.
handshake emoji.
No, because we see it in both. I mean,
Yeah,
listen, I get it. They're
their
passionate
parent.
about watching their kids and stuff, and
Yeah,
it's all good. Um,
but I I'm cooking. I'm like, oh my
about the
God.
refs, yeah, they were complaining about the ref,
Wow.
but yeah,
I actually
okay.
thought the ref was
I
fair.
thought the ref was fair too. Um,
He was giving yellow cards out to Union left
both
and right.
teams, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we saw the 15s. And so for them, they scored like bam right in the very beginning. And so there was that, and then they gave up the equalizer right before halftime, like right before halftime. And or no, wait, let me see.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
you're right.
were they up 2-1? Now I'm like losing
No,
track.
no,
They
no.
won 4-1. They won four
No,
to one.
they were drawn 1-1.5, and then Red Bull scored right out of the break.
They
'Cause
won.
and then we're thinking it was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then all of a sudden they just unloaded and scored.
Yeah, well, yeah, the 15's unloaded. They have some really good because first of all, um, Gino on their team. And I don't I'm gonna mess up his last name, but he's tall. And yeah, that kid's pretty good. I will say that. And then they have really highly touted prospect that we've heard of. He was a trialist in the Snow Bowl.
Mm.
But Almami Berry, and that kid's good. Like he scored a goal and he also had an assist. He set up
The bull, mommy,
Robert, like,
the goal Amami scored. He
yeah,
just like fought the guy off and then just cut it
yeah,
in traffic
yeah,
and just curled in and hit the post and banked in. I'm like, oh, that's a really nice goal.
yeah. And then the pass he dropped for the fourth goal, that was awesome too. Like it was
Oh
really
yeah,
perfectly timed.
he
So
was great.
yeah, so the 15s won, and so I thought that was cool to see. And again, like maybe a little less familiar with the 15s. The 16s and 18s I've seen a whole lot more, obviously.
But the
But
15's got some talent
yeah,
there.
they
And they
do.
also got Thomas White.
Yeah, Thomas White's in goal. His and Fred to mention too, his brother Matthew White, who's with the 18s normally, he was on the bench for Union too for in goalkeeper. So that was his first time going on with Union too. So shout out to him. So but yeah, so that was, the watching the academy was cool. Even the 13s and 14s were playing on the turf fields. They had matches as well. So um yeah, there was a lot of activity going on at the
Yeah,
complex there.
apparently there's a U14 kid coming up,
Mikey Blasik, yeah.
yeah, which we will not talk about because
I mean, at that level, yeah, I know. Is what it's, but yeah,
we were literally walking in
yeah.
to the game and they were playing
Yeah.
and there was a corner and the ball just like bounced and bounced and bounced and rolled in the goal and we're like the Union scored and we're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Um, but anyway, let's wrap it up.
Yep.
Union got two matches this week, so we got a lot of coverage. So that's why we're recording tonight. Um, got a lot of articles. We're gonna be on the road in Columbus on Saturday.
Yeah.
But first up on Wednesday, Toronto FC currently in sixth place in the Eastern Conference. They drew 3-3 back and forth match against against Austin FC on the
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Daniel Sloy has
Shall we?
shall we? Yes.
I know
I
the
know.
spelling of it really throws
No,
you.
and I was even when I was writing the notes, I said shall we?
Hmm.
Shall we has 3 goals in the season. Josh Sargent, USMNT forward, back, and yeah, he'll be one to watch as well.
Can we shout out Jackson Gilman?
Yeah, who did get his first bench appearance with the first
Yeah.
team.
Yeah. Shout out Jackson Gilman, formerly of the Union Academy and Union 2. So that was he's been playing with Toronto FC, and of course when Union 2 played Toronto FC 2, um, on Friday, I noticed Jackson was in the lineup. I'm thinking, oh, is he going to be with the first team? And sure enough, he was on the bench for him. He didn't get in, but good for Jackson for being a part of that match day squad. So,
Yeah, and so getting back to that,
yeah.
hold on here one
That being
second.
said, um,
Also,
yeah,
Union Toronto is giving up 1.8 goals a season, which is great
per match, you mean? Yeah.
if
Yeah.
on the season,
Yeah,
sorry,
on the season.
per match,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Which is great if the Union could actually score.
If they
Not,
actually score goals.
no, I mean they can
Yes.
score goals, but
Didn't like Nate Harriel have like the big, like game winner or whatever? They're
yeah,
like
yeah,
in Toronto.
and
There
then
you go.
but again, Union only have 4 wins,
Yeah.
4 draws, and 11 losses in Toronto.
Okay.
And then on Saturday, they go Columbus, which we'll be at.
We're going to. Yep. The
And the
third year in a
last
row.
times we've been there, they've lost. So here's change of fortunes. Uh,
Yeah.
um, Columbus lost on Saturday 2-1 to hot start New England. They'll play
Mhm.
Galaxy on Wednesday at home.
Yep.
You have
So
not
they also have a Wednesday game.
You have not won there since 2016, and their most recent point there was in 2023, 1-1 draw. Still dangerous side, just slow start under new manager Henrik Rydstrom.
And you know what's going to happen in true Union fashion, probably?
They'll get blown out
No, Daniel Gazdag will probably like not only play, he'll probably have like the game of his season.
and
And
score the game winner.
and yeah, um
Having said that, my thought this week is get points both days. I
yes.
mean, both matches,
Mhm.
and just if you can get 3 points and you get 7 points out of this, oh my
Mhm.
gosh, that'd be great. But at the end of the day, just get points,
Mhm.
move on, move forward, because then you got Nashville and a big test. If they can get hot here going into Nashville, that'll be a big opportunity, especially if Nashville continues to advance in the CONCACAF championships, which, hey, great for BJ Callahan.
Yep.
Happy for him. But at the same time, like that will be a big test at home for the Union because it's not going to get a lot easier in May. May's going to be a very tough stretch before the World Cup break.
Yes.
Um, and then on Sunday, Union go against,
Union 2.
yeah, sorry, Union 2 go against
Connecticut
Connecticut
United.
United on the road.
Hmm.
And you figure,
Connecticut's not been they got off to a hot start and they eh,
maybe teams have figured them out,
yeah,
but
so
you're
it'll be
not
the second
gonna.
time Union 2 are facing them, so we'll see.
But also Malik and Stas with 2 games, the Union are not going to be going back to Chester.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know they can fly.
See if Thal Levis is available because he was out with the
Yeah,
doc,
yeah.
so
So there's a lot of crossroads. Bum 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 bum
what
bum
meet me at the
bum.
crossroads.
What you gonna do when you do?
Gosh. Yeah, I honestly, yeah, I don't know if Malik would be with Union 2 in this case, of course, with them on
He
both
is
third.
not gonna be able to.
Yeah.
But anyway. So thank you everybody for tuning in. This has been an all new episode of the One Team We Agree On.
Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and leave us comments because we love hearing from you. And thank you to everyone who has been interacting with us. And please spread the word. And yeah, we appreciate everyone.
And thank you everybody for following the podcast, following our website, the One Team We Agree On. Again, all you gotta do is private. Just share your email. You get in our inbox with all our new articles.
Yep, there's a subscribe thing on our website up
Yeah,
there.
so please subscribe. It means a lot to
Mhm.
us. But also, hey, we got some content coming out this week. It's gonna be a busy week for us.
It is, it is.
But we appreciate it and thank you, everybody. Again, it's all free. We don't charge.
Yep.
But until next time, I'm Kyle.
I'm Jillian.
I'll see you at the game.